Most people live behind locked doors. They smile, they nod, but they never really let you in. They've built walls so high, you could spend years talking to them and still never see the truth hiding behind their eyes. But here's what nobody tells you. Human beings are predictable, even in their secrets. And if you know where to push, if you know the pressure points of the mind, you can make almost anyone open up. These 6 dark psychology tricks are the keys to the vault. Use them and the walls will fall. Here's the thing. You can't force people to trust you. You can't demand someone's truth, but you can guide them to give it to you without even realizing they've done it. Most conversations stay in the shallow end. Facts, opinions, surface smiles. But there's a whole other layer, the shadow layer, where the real thoughts live. These tricks will help you bypass small talk, slip past the guard dogs of their mind, and step right into the unfiltered truth. But hear me, these are blades. They can heal or they can cut. Use them without empathy, and you're just another manipulator. Use them with wisdom, and you'll understand people like few ever will. Let's begin. Here are 6 dark communication secrets to make anyone open up. 1. The vulnerability mirror. People open up when they see themselves in you, not the perfect version, not the polished, smiling mask, but the cracks, the mistakes, the fears. Psychologists call this reciprocal disclosure. If you reveal something personal first, their mind feels a pull, an unspoken pressure to match your depth. But here's the subtlety most people miss. It's not about spilling your deepest secrets right away. That can feel like a trap. It's about showing just enough humanity to break the ice wall. Example. Someone says they've had a stressful week. Most people just nod and say, yeah, me too. That's a dead end. But you might say, yeah, I've been carrying something heavy too lately. Some days I feel like I'm running on fumes. That's a real detail. It paints a picture. They now feel like you're not here to compete with them. You're here to relate. And the subconscious law of reciprocity kicks in. Their walls lower, their voice softens, and they start to walk through the door you just opened. 2. The strategic silence. Silence terrifies most people. We've been trained to fill every gap with noise. But if you can hold a pause and just look at them, the human brain starts digging to fill the space. This is the oldest interrogation trick in the book because it works. Here's the science. Silence creates social discomfort, and our natural reaction to discomfort is to relieve it by talking more. Example, you ask, how have things been with you and your brother? They say, oh, fine. You nod, and then you stay quiet. In their mind, the clock is ticking. Why isn't he saying anything? Does he know something? Should I explain? And then, well, actually, it's been tense. We had a fight last month, and we still haven't talked about it. You didn't push. You didn't pry. You just held the silence, and they filled it with truth. 3. The emotional echo. Here's where you weaponize empathy. Humans are wired to seek emotional validation. If you give it to them at the exact emotional frequency they feel, they will trust you like you've been in their life for years. This is the emotional echo, repeating back the feeling behind their words. The trick? You don't repeat their words. You reflect their emotion. Someone says, work has been insane lately. Most people respond with advice, a joke, or their own story. But you say, sounds like you've been carrying way more than one person should. That hits different. That's not small talk, that's being seen. And when someone feels seen, they will naturally open the door to deeper truths. The darker layer, if you name an emotion they haven't admitted out loud yet, their subconscious will want to agree with you, even if it means exposing something they meant to keep hidden. 4. The vulnerability ladder. Most people think you can just ask for deep truths and get them. But raw honesty is rarely given in one leap. You have to build a ladder. Start small, a question about their favorite childhood memory. A light opinion, something harmless. They answer. You show warmth, no judgment. Next rung, a slightly deeper question like, what's something you used to believe but don't anymore? They answer. You validate again, and rung by rung, you lead them deeper. By the time you reach something truly personal, they're already conditioned to feel safe telling you. This is slow burn psychology. No rush, no pressure, just trust. Built one step at a time. 5. The confession seed. This one is subtle. You plant a confession seed, a story about someone else revealing something vulnerable to you. Example, a friend once told me she stayed in a job she hated for years because she was afraid of letting her parents down. You don't ask them if they relate. You just drop it in and move on. But here's the magic. If the seed touches something inside them, it will grow. Hours later, or even right then, they'll feel compelled to say, you know, I kind of get that. I've been in the same situation. It's not manipulation. It's creating a bridge. And when they walk across it, they feel like it was their idea all along. 6. The shadow invitation. Every person has a side they hide, the shadow self. It's the thoughts they'd never admit in public. The selfish wants, the jealous moments, the petty urges. Most people lock that side away, unless they sense you've made peace with your own. Example, sometimes I think I'm more selfish than people realize, but I've learned that's not always a bad thing. You've just admitted something socially risky, and you did it calmly without shame.